Listening to that 1200 runway. I'm just checking my lives and everything right now. If anybody's coming into the room, just let me know if you can hear everything, if everything's sounding good. I'm testing out some new software, so we're getting all the bugs right. Getting all the bugs right, sharing to all the groups that we need to. So give me just a little bit of time so I can get everybody in here. I want to have a good conversation. I want to figure out if I'm on the right side of the conversation. I mean, I got a feeling about where I'm at. And I just want to have a good conversation and figure out where everybody else is at. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in my comments, people can tell me like, hey, yo, you think you know what you're talking about. But it just seems like, you trying to get across your own agenda. And you know what? I can see that. I can understand that. I can understand that. But by the end of this broadcast, you'll see why it is that I go so hard on these kinds of topics. We want to try and keep it somewhat lighthearted. We want to let me know if the music is too loud as well. I know it's a little bit later at night, so want to have a smooth little vibe. And one of my local producers, 1200 Runway, he's got beats. If y'all want to check him out, 1200 Runway, local producer. But talent is definitely global, so I appreciate everything that he does. Tonight's topic, we talking about Sukihana, SupaHead, Senator Twerksum, and Saucy Santana. Are they threatening the sanctity of black women? Again, like I said, okay, Nate know about 1200. That's what's up. Shout out Nate the Great, a.k.a. Floss Vegas. One of the greatest when it comes to keeping you lined up. I never go live without a clipping from my bro. Shout out to Floss Vegas. Again, like I said, we talking about the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew. In case y'all didn't know, we are live here on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. If you would like to be a part of the broadcast, if you want to get in and talk you're more than welcome to. Just go to yofresh.tv, yofresh.tv. The button up top is going to say Go Live with Fresh. You cannot join me here on Facebook or YouTube because we're multi-streaming. So if you want to join the broadcast, go to yofresh.tv, click on the link Go Live with Fresh, and you'll be able to go live with me directly from your phone. Directly from your phone. All right. We done had about 4 minutes of warming up. We got a couple of people in the room. For it to be so late, I really do appreciate y'all being in here with me. This is the Make It Make Sense podcast. It's going to be going on like this each and every time some bullshit arises. And I ain't even drinking, man. Like I said, I want to keep it light. I don't want to go too serious. I don't want to go too hard because I want folks to be involved in the conversation about what is going on. So, without any further ado, let's keep it light and let's talk about the one and only SupaHead. All right. So, most recently, in case folks don't know who SupaHead is. SupaHead is a legendary fellatio artist, and from the early 2000s, a video vixen who later wrote a book about everybody that she slurped up while she was married. In that book, she's very vulnerable, and she lets everybody know that even after her escapades of trying to get all this bread, she still ended up homeless in her car with her son and divorced twice. However, she has recently come out with a great deal of bravado to try and thwart all of the energy that comes at her reputation for all of the things that she's done with men that are in her book. She's come out and tried to shame men for not wanting to date. Let's just call them historical, iconic ladies of the night, and said that they have little d energy, which is getting played out. But I mean, let folks continue to say it. It is what it is. What up to Ben Fly? Listen, man, we got to go in. We got to go in. We got to figure out where the bottom is. My bro said I'm wilding right now. Trust me, it's not even close. It's not even close. We got to figure out where the bottom's at. If we don't figure out where the bottom's at, we're going to spiral out of control. And that's what the call is about. That's what the call is about. Are we going to spiral out of control, or are our ladies going to take the reins and do something about the who gon' check me boo crew? Because to me, I feel like our ladies are the ones that have empowered them. But I believe in the power of my ladies, and I want them to be able to take control of arenas that they have the opportunity to do so in. So let's get over to SupaHead. Let's get over to SupaHead. All right. Recently, young ladies have come to SupaHead's page. She has a new page where she calls herself Elizabeth. Her real name is Karen Steffens, but when you engage in whoredom, sometimes you need to change your identity, even though you're not ashamed of it, right? Right. So recently, young ladies have come to her page to ask her if her hair is real, because it looks very fine and shiny, almost like a wig. And so she had a response about it. I'm going to play the response right now, and I want you guys to let me know if you can hear it. Let me know in the ladies do not empower them. Oh, okay. Junisha said, ladies do not empower the who gon' check me boo crew. I just saw that in the comments. All right. Okay, we'll get back to that. The less confident or uncertain do. Hey, might have something there. Okay. So on the screen right now, you will see you will see her response to women asking her if she is wearing a wig.
Yeah, this is my natural hair. No pieces, no wig, no chemicals, just effing hair. Blow dried and pressed. Bangs have been slightly curled. I don't have nappy or curly or curly hair. I'm a mixed breed Caribbean woman, Puerto Rican, Danish, French, and Jamaican. Versions of black and white. I'm literally not like you in any way. So you gotta stop expecting me to have hair just like yours, assuming my stuff can't be real. No makeup, no wig, I'm still killing y'all, still at almost 44 years old. Don't talk to me, talk to your therapist.
Okay, so that was the response from SupaHead, basically telling black women, hey, shut your mouth, talk to your therapist, I'm looking good, and if you not, keep hating. And again, this is a part of the who gon' check me boo crew. Ladies that have been empowered by all of the yes, go girl comments under her new identities page. Whenever she comes out to admonish or say anything about black men because of the hurt that she's gone through, which is kind of ironic that she's gone through the hurt, hasn't gone to the therapy, but her therapy is to admonish men and then get the support from black women, only to then turn around and tell black women that they are not on her level because she is a mixed breed Caribbean woman, Puerto Rican, Danish, French, and Jamaican with versions of black and white. So I say to my ladies, is it worth it to give any kind of support and not check folks when they get out of pocket? As you'll hear me say often in this broadcast, if you do not check something that gets out of pocket, by the time it is completely empowered, it will have no use for you and it will turn on you and talk garbage. And at that point, you won't be able to say anything. Now, Let me go over to Janisha's comment right here. She says, and it looks to be a little bit longer. She said, you finna be KS for a session. No, 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 no. We might study them to identify traits that we carry that may be misinterpreted as with similar purpose or merit. We may even hang with them, but ladies will definitely call out subpar behavior. Now, let's talk about that real quick. And again, if you guys want to join, you're always welcome to join right here on YoFresh.tv. You just need to go ahead and click on the link, go live with Fresh. But let's look at that. Let's look at that comment, right? We may even hang with them, but ladies will definitely call out subpar behavior. Okay. Is hanging with women that normally showcase subpar behavior validating their presence? The reason why I ask is because men, not saying that women need to be like men, but men often, when we keep each other in check, we do so by excommunication. If you are acting on a level that is beneath the group, you cannot hang with the group because you then become a liability to the group. Janisha says, focus on being a lady. So if you even allow these young ladies to hang around you, you put yourself in a possible position to get into the silliness that they seem to be used to. So my suggestion, and anybody, like I said, you can let me know if I'm right or wrong or how you feel about this. My suggestion is, just like anything else, understand the power that you have as a black woman. Your attention is currency. What you say becomes trend. So, in knowing that, be very mindful of it. Back up and realize, okay, I don't need to give certain women attention that haven't yet gone through what you have gone through, which is to, possibly correct any misgivings that you've done in the past in order to upgrade your lifestyle. It seems that this young lady has only upgraded her lifestyle in money and in reach, but not necessarily substantively, because she still is able to make money by, one, dissing you, and by two, dissing your man, to thwart away any attention from what she's done in the past. So that is, let me just go check the comments real quick. That is one of the things that I would say to our women is, don't allow anybody to diss you or your man to shield themselves from accountability. Keep your foot on their neck. Don't allow somebody that's used to slobbing, everything down that's got bread, tell you who you are, what you can do, and what your man is. Janisha says, depends on the intent. They may be an attempts to influence as long as the lady tries to redirect without embarrassment. She remains a lady. Listen, there's a reason why husbands don't want their wives hanging with single friends or whores. Period, point blank. He's doing a form of protection by telling you, I don't want you kicking it with your hood rat friends. Let's go. No, all right. So, all right, we didn't talk about the SupaHead thing, but there's more folks in the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew, and one of the folks in the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew,
I've noticed.
I wasn't very familiar with, but now, considering the recent escapades, I am, and that is a gentleman by the name of I don't even want to say this shit. Saucy Santana. All right. A gentleman by the name of Saucy Santana has recently come out and said, well, I'll let y'all hear what he said. Okay, let me just rewind that one more time.
Run the world. Take a look.
Okay, so uh, the gentleman has said that. Trying to make sure you know, the gentleman said rainbows run the world, and when them hoes need their hair done, they run to the gays. Damn, they run to the rainbow. And I want y'all to think about that, right? I want y'all to think about what he's saying, right? This gentleman is saying, like, our power is so great now that Janisha says that's true to a degree. Our power is so great now that we set trends. Now, we all know that not even just folks that, because I don't want to keep it about, what people like to do sexually. Let's just talk about feminine men, right? They get their inspiration, especially from back when this started, inspiration from a caricature or a stereotype of black women, right? And then as time goes on, it becomes a symbiotic relationship to where the two, share their creativity. And I think it's, done some good things and maybe done some questionable things. That's up to the jury of everybody. However, again, this is another situation where if somebody gets out of pocket and you say nothing, you empower them to continue to go out of pocket until you get to a point to where when you try to reel them back into pocket, because this, let's keep it real. Like I said, there's a symbiotic relationship between black women and feminine acting men. With that relationship, if you don't keep things in a certain boundary, folks will eventually get used to being out of pocket and tell you that you don't know what you're talking about. A quick representation of what I'm talking about in a different sense, a parallel to that would be Kodak Black. Now, we remember when Kodak Black, I'll get to that, Janisha. We remember when Kodak Black actually said that he would like to kick it with the widow of the late, great Nipsey Hussle. And very quickly, he was reminded that that is off limits. You are not to say that, and you will apologize. Quick, no, to the point, culture reaction on out of the pocket behavior. And this young man was at a concert. Everything's hyped up. I'm sure there's a bit of seriousness there, and I'm sure there's a bit of, just being hyped up. But at the same time, if folks begin to take that seriously, that is out of pocket. Keep in mind, this is a young man with a BBL. Okay, I feel weird even saying that, but you gonna let a man with a BBL tell you that he runs the world and he sets trends, and you are now gonna need to learn how to be feminine from men like him? That doesn't seem bizarre? Come on. So this is why I say the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew must be checked. Or if you continue to let things get out of pocket, when you try to reel them back in pocket, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. And that's not something that I want for my women. I especially don't want that for the culture or the community at all. I think we can all be respectful and be in pocket and still be able to do what it is that we'd like to do. As far as Sukihana is also inside of the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew. And I don't really like to spend a lot of time talking about that, because she is a whole nother level of alien ratchetness. So I won't even show the video when it comes to that. What I will say is that the young lady, the young lady basically was being taught how to dance. Okay, she was being taught how to dance, and she was being taught how to dance belly dance style by some Eastern Indian women, and she wanted to share her culture and show them how to twerk. And as she bent over and started dancing and twerking, the Eastern Indian ladies were like, we ain't doing that. And you notice that is exactly what I'm talking about. There was an immediate level of, we don't do that here. An immediate level of, you're currently out of pocket, and here you will be in pocket. Now, Sukihana took a little bit of offense to that, but I mean, like I said, alien ratchetness. So she's way out of pocket. So, of course, anything she will take offense to. However, unfortunately, it's a part of group representation. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to bat 1,000 and keep everybody in pocket. It's just not going to happen. However, what you can do is encourage, just like the Eastern Indian ladies, that's not going to be allowed. You won't even get my clicks. Nobody will know what you look like over here. So I think that having an actual intentional casting aside of that kind of behavior, at least, as far as time and place is concerned, casting that aside on purpose and saying that you will cast it aside on purpose and putting people on notice actually allows for you to get some kind of traction. If you do not do anything with your boundaries, people will just come into your house and do whatever they want to do with it. You got to be able to tell people like, hey, you can come in the house. Don't put your feet on that carpet. You can come in the house, take your goddamn shoes off. But folks right now, considering you got folks, that are masters of fellatio telling you that you ain't nothing. You got men with BBLs telling you you better learn how to be feminine from them. And you got ladies that love to twerk on little boys, trying to be part of your representation. You got to tell them to take their shoes off when they come in the house, baby. If you don't tell them to take their shoes off when they come in the house, they're going to infest your shit with roaches and bed bugs. Anyway, last person so far on the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew is a senator that I'm sure you all have heard of. Her name is Tierra Mack, and it's kind of funny because her name sounds just like one of my favorite rappers, Tierra Whack. But she was seen recently. Well, I'll let y'all check it out.
Let's show you. Of course, the video has gone viral and sparked a lot of conversation. Some people have applauded State Senator Tierra Mack.
One more time.
Sparked a lot of conversation. Some people have applauded twerking upside down.
Upside down. One more time.
Let's show you. Of course, the video has gone viral and sparked a lot of conversation. Some people have applauded State Senator Tierra Mack, while others say the video was totally inappropriate for an elected official. I asked my next guest how they...
Okay. These are the people trying to be your representation, literal representation. Now, I understand that this young lady is all the way in Rhode Island. We not in Rhode Island. I get it. No problem. However, we do have to understand that, this, again, is a part of a form of group representation. And she said, how are you supposed to take her serious? This is a part of group representation. And the best thing that you can do is at least tell somebody, take their shoes off when they come in the house. Let them know that they acting out of pocket, so out of pocket doesn't become the norm. It's the only thing I'm saying here. You can't control everybody. Folks are going to do what they want to do. However, if you try to impact a certain line, folks will think twice. Ain't 40, 30 years ago, wasn't nobody ever thinking about twerking upside down on a goddamn handstand and posting it online for everybody to see? Now, there's another interesting thing about this young lady, but I want to get to Janisha. I'm sorry. I think I've been saying your name wrong. Juanisha Anderson. She's got a comment here. She says, using our bodies for war before weapons can't into play. Prideful, not shameful when you understand and embrace history. I'm not sure where we're going there. But Juanisha says, I have no problem with twerking. It goes back to our roots. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Okay. You know what else goes back to our roots? Home goddamn training. That's what goes back to our roots. Couth, time and place. Listen, nobody's saying that you can't twerk. Somebody's saying you shouldn't twerk as a senator that represents a state while, of course, you are black, upside down on a goddamn beach online for the entire world to see. Now, anything that you say will not be taken seriously, and the other people that look like you will also be taken less seriously. I know that sounds kind of, I don't know, maybe silly to some people, but it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. If you allow folks like that to be around you, you know, it's guilty by association. And I think that's okay to come into play when it comes to ridiculous situations like this. There was no internet then, but they were definitely twerking in public to battle. What? The people you're talking about twerking in the street as a battle, they weren't senators. They understood time and place. Also, there's a little something else that this young lady is, there should never be a time and place to lose our sense of culture. You don't lose your, you gotta be kidding me. Oh man, you don't lose your sense of culture by practicing restraint. You lose your sense of culture when you allow folks to dilute your culture, or you allow folks to try to pervert your culture. This woman was twerking and then said, vote for Senator Mack. No, that's silly. If you want to twerk on a handstand and show your dexterity, blah, 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 hey, that's fine when you're not a senator. And even then, you want to take into consideration your other titles, whether it be mother, somebody's daughter, somebody's sister. You want to, you want to practice some couth. There's something else that this young lady likes to bring up, okay? And I think this may actually be even more something that folks should pay attention to, but it may be hard for them to get past twerking. She says, really excited for the House Sex Ed bill. Why is, for what? Hearing later today. Teaching comprehensive, queer-inclusive, pleasure-based sex ed was a highlight of my time teaching. For what? mind you, this is a bill that she's passing for 6th to 12th graders to learn how to pleasure themselves properly. Seriously? Why would that need to be any kind of focus? Why would pleasuring someone, yes, pleasure based. Yes. Yes, when you okay twerking upside down, this is the Trojan horse that's coming behind it. She want to teach your kids how to properly show themselves how to get off. I don't care nothing about her orientation, whatever. That's whatever. That's her business. However, the small amount of time that your children go to school, which y'all pay taxes for, shouldn't have anything to do with that. You mean to tell me we don't have wood shop? We barely have physical education. We don't have ways to help our children better with social etiquette or financial literacy, but we have folks trying to show them how to pleasure themselves properly? This what comes with Senator Twerksum. So when you want to give a pass to folks that's twerking low in high places, this is what happens. Because they don't have the same kind of standard you do. Being out of pocket is normal for them. Like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with her orientation. Being out of pocket is normal for folks that think it's normal to twerk upside down on a goddamn handstand online as a sitting senator. Being out of pocket is normal for them. So when you don't tell them quickly enough that they're out of pocket, they will continue to go further and further out of the pocket. Let me go to the comments real quick. Floss said, that's dumb as, yes, indeed. That tradition became diluted when Europeans came to our land. Oh, okay. Wanisha said, I'd rather them pleasure themselves than each other, but I damn sure don't want no grown-ass MF-er teaching my child how to. Well, no bad. All right, that word I probably can't say. But, yes, this is out of bounds. This is out of bounds. And this is a part of what happens in the Who Gon' Check Me Boo crew. If you don't show folks what the boundary is, and I'm going to have a man moment here. Normally, the people who tell folks what the boundary is, you know, when you tell them brothers like, hey, hey, I don't really need you. We got this, then you open yourself up for this kind of vulnerability. Vulnerability? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you don't want to open yourself up for this kind of stuff. You want to keep yourself protected. And being protected is not oppressed. But it's important that you have protection in order for you to have ascension. You cannot have ascension if you are widening continuously your scope, spreading yourself too thin, and allowing BBL men, SupaHead givers, Sukihana, and Senator Twerksum to be your representatives. You have to draw a line and tell them who you are, what you represent, and what you will allow. When they step into your house, they need to take their shoes off, or they will stamp all over your crib, bring roaches and bed bugs. Why am I talking about this? Sometimes, it becomes a little bit of a question mark to have a DJ talking like this, right? Because, of course, in my line of work, people twerk. But again, it's time and place. It's time and place. It's responsible adults coming from their place of work wanting to let themselves go in a place where they can do so and then go on ahead about their responsible lives. But I say this to say because I love my people. I love my women. I want them to be able to be protected without constantly having to protect themselves and their sanctity and their representation. You're beautiful, strong, amazing people that set trends and basically are billions, trillions worth of culture just inside of your mind. People copy everything that you do, even people that look like you that want to be you. But you have to understand how powerful that is and not just wield it as if it is a switch off of a tree. This is some serious power that you have, and you can't allow everybody to identify with it. If they would like to have a piece of it, okay, you ration that out. But you can't let everybody just hold on to your power and act as if they don't have to work to access it. You got a man with a BBL saying that you got to learn how to be feminine from him. And you depend upon him to get your hair done. That's another thing I kind of wanted to talk about because y'all know I'm team natural, big time, always. And yeah, okay, you get your hair done by them, that's fine. But if he turns around and say, listen, y'all depended upon us because you need your hair done, okay. Well, you need to be able to check that and say, well, you know what? I'm going to wear my fro for a year. See how them pockets feel, partner. That's a form of checking. That's also a form of financial warfare. If somebody wants to tell you that you need them when you are the creator of culture, practice your goddamn power. Stop playing around with people. Tell them when they come in your house, they got to take their shoes off. All right, the last thing I'm going to say before I get up out of here is another reason that I do this is because it is important for us to understand that in order for us to actually get anywhere, we got to have boundary. We got to be able to come together. So on these conversations, sometimes they will get heated. Because these conversations get heated, it doesn't mean that it needs to break our bond. What it means is that we're becoming more familiar. Somebody said my mic is low. Hold on. I turned the mic up. Can you hear me now? Let me know. Hit me in the comments. Let me know real quick. Can you hear me now? I turned the mic up. Hurry up. Hit that comment. Come on. I ain't playing around. All right. We're going to keep it moving. I didn't lose my train of thought. Okay. So it's important for us to be able to ascend. We can't ascend if we're not being familiar. And we can't get familiar unless we have these kinds of conversations that will bend us. Sometimes we're going to have to bend, but these are your brothers and sisters. Regardless, in the comment section, when shit get live, okay, so what? So what? We don't have to go to niggas ain't shit or bitches ain't shit or y'all will never understand. Help us understand. Ladies, you don't need to get in your silos, and I call them cackling hen circles, and talk about all of your bad experiences without knowing why these bad experiences happened. It's important to ask a black man. I think that's one of the things that we have not been doing. We've had about 40 years of talking about black men, but we didn't ask them anything. So ask them what it is that they think, why they think it, and why they do what they do. We'll have a better understanding of each other, and we'll be able to actually get to a point to where we can be familiar enough and comfortable enough with each other to actually ascend together. Until we do that, we will always be vulnerable. I'm tired of being vulnerable and fighting all goddamn day over some stuff that's silly. And check these comments one more time before I get out of here. She says, Juanisha says, agree to disagree, where you meet in the middle so you both understand the difference of option. So I'm going to say it like this. If you guys ever want to speak about this more in depth, it's important for you to actually get on the live, okay? You want to go to yofresh.tv. You want to go to yofresh.tv in order to be a part of the broadcast. If you, it's the very first button that says go live with Fresh. So you can have this conversation a little bit more in depth. Again, we are on Facebook and we're on YouTube at the same damn time. And I'm going to get a schedule to this, but this is hashtag Make It Make Sense podcast, sense with a C, because we're going to be talking about black businesses often. And, but today I felt it very important that we talk about being able to set and keep boundaries so we're not vulnerable and so we can actually work on each other. Of course, we're going to have disagreements. Excuse me. No problem with disagreements. And sometimes it may get testy, but this is your family. Treat it as such. Go to your respective corners, come back and find out why it is they say what they say and do what they do. If you come to a particular position to where, okay, we just not gonna agree, you still have to have a common outlook on where you want to go and see how you can get there together. But otherwise, just allowing, again, Senator Twerksum, SupaHead, Sukihana, and a man with a BBL named Saucy Santana to tell you who you are without claiming your own power and being okay with claiming your own power in a support role with behind your man. I know some people are going to get testy about that. You're going to be vulnerable. Just is what it is. And folks will continue to get out of pocket and misrepresent you. And when you try to correct them, they're going to tell you that you're wrong. That's bizarre. It's out of this world. And I ain't with that. But that is Make It Make Sense right here. It's going to be on YouTube and Facebook. Want to pay some bills? Shout out to my sponsors. Strawandwool.com is one of the dopest hat stores in the entire country. I'm not wearing them right now, but check out strawandwool.com. They are located downtown Phoenix, 6th Street and Roosevelt. And, of course, the AfroSoul Marketplace, AFRISOUL. They are located at 1145 East Washington, also in downtown Phoenix. One of the best places to find African art. It is also a black business co-op that has an esthetician. It has African art, African clothing, African kitchenware, and of course, home to the world famous Grassroots with a Z bookstore. They have tons of black owned books, and I don't even know if we have many black owned bookstores here in Phoenix, but this is the go-to space if you're looking for black literature, whether it be fiction or nonfiction, children or adult. Not adult like that, but just, grown up. So those are the folks that you should check out. Of course, you can always go to yofresh.tv. That's where you can find my merch, and follow me on Instagram or YouTube at the DJ Fresh Maker. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me tonight on such a late pop-up show, but I promise you I'm getting more used to this, and I will continue to do this each and every week, sometimes multiple times a week. But until then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.